minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And we're back. My phone just fell. That was weird.
Welcome to the stream, everyone. First and foremost,
what stream?
Number 66.
66.
Execute
on the road
order.
to 70.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's right.
execute order. I was thinking that too. What? That was weird.
Yeah. So first and foremost, we're dedicating the stream to the legend John Romita Sr., who passed away a few days ago this week.
Rest in peace, legend.
Yep, completely. We're definitely doing some cover battles for him tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. I moved, in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
I have a new room because I moved. I moved all the way up the side of the East Coast.
He's a legendary comic book artist, Tazboy. Legendary.
You know, the ASM issue, I think that might be one of the best Spider-Man covers of all time.
Which one?
ASM issue 50.
Oh, yeah, the red one, the red cover?
Yeah, that's John Romita Sr. cover. That's one of my favorite covers of all time as well.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, yeah. Okay, so we got a great stream tonight, honestly. First, you got some pickups to go over.
I do.
Second, we have a lot of news to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of just quick things that we can go over, and then some like really important stuff about Marvel release dates, and some like other stuff. And after that, we're going to talk about the new Spider-Verse movie that came out. And I'm super hot, so I get to choose what we're doing for cover battles tonight. So, yeah.
I don't have that responsibility anymore, guys.
Oh, that responsibility, right?
I don't have that responsibility anymore.
Yeah, sure. All right, so let's get. You wanna start with your pickups?
Yeah. So pickups this week. I was telling Harper that I got a couple of, like, little surprises. Nothing too crazy. But I was happy to find all these. I got like half of these for $1 or $3. $1 or $2, something like that.
Nice.
I just ate a lot of pizza. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
All right. Starting off with the $1 fine. Sandman Nightmare Country issue number 1.
Okay.
This is a story that follows the Corinthian, who's one of Sandman's villains. This came out at the height of COVID, which you can clearly tell by the cover.
Oh, yeah.
And, it was just a small series. I never got to pick up the first issue of it. I know there's a ton of cool variants for the first issue. There's a variant of Death on the cover with their white skin and black hair and all that. That looked really cool. Obviously, it's an unobtainable variant because it's like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, something like that. So it's like a $300, Anyway, Sandman Nightmare Country issue number 1. Pretty cool dollar fine. Glad to have that in my collection now. Some other, I got like 3 Daredevil books here that I was actually looking for like a while, and then I just kind of gave up on them. And then all 3 of these books were like here at this place I went to.
Oh, nice.
So I just bought them all, and they were like $3 a piece. So I'm like, of course I'm gonna pick them up.
Yeah.
This is Daredevil issue 600.
Okay.
No real nothing crazy about it. It's just a milestone issue that I haven't seen in the wild before. This is, I think, actually the first time I've seen this in the wild, which is weird. But I did want it. It was on my want list. It's got a cool cover. Milestone issue of the Daredevil Volume 1 series. These next two books are actually like really good Daredevil Born Again spec books. If you guys are in spec books for Daredevil Born Again. Daredevil, issue number 11.
Oh, I have that one, I think.
It's a spec book. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
This is the first appearance of a villain called Muse.
Okay.
Who is an artist, but he's also a serial killer. Okay. And the way he makes his art is with the bodies of his victims. That's
nice.
Yeah. He is suspected to be one of the villains in Daredevil Born Again, or at least that's what the news was from the set, or something like that.
Nice.
We still haven't gotten any confirmation on it, but I was glad to have picked this up. It's got a cool cover too. I like the cover. First appearance of Muse. Pick it up if you guys can. It's a good spec book. So is this spec book. Daredevil issue 28 is from the same volume. It's got a great cover.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen that somewhere.
So I have Daredevil issue, I think, like 595, which is when Wilson Fisk runs for mayor of New York.
All right. Yeah.
This is when he gets elected mayor of New York City. And for whatever reason, this book is like twice the value of that book. So this might actually be the spec book to go for. And we know that Wilson Fisk will be running for mayor in the Daredevil Born Again series because there's set photos with people got all kinds of like Wilson Fisk merch. Like it's like,
nice
at like a march or something.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, very good spec book for Daredevil Born Again. Cool. Recommend picking it up. Surprise number 1, ladies and gentlemen. I got y'all. You definitely fall for that.
Yeah, I fell for it.
You fell for it.
Yeah, when you sent me that picture.
Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 0. Obviously, this is a reprint or preview. I'm not sure if it is either of them. But it's a reprint of Ultimate Fallout 4, the first appearance of Miles Morales. Now, I got this copy for $2, dude. It's got some, like, printing specs on there. So it's like some of the printing's taken off a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? It's not in the best conditions. Probably not 8590. Nothing crazy. But it is one of the first reprints, may I add, of Miles Morales' first appearance in comics.
Nice.
And yes, I did decide to get it because it's Miles Morales. Just like how I decided to get this book. Symbiote Spider-Man, Alien Reality, issue number 3, variant cover here.
Huh.
This is a cool cover. I did not know this existed. It's got Iron Spider, PS4 Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man Noir, May Parker, Spider-Girl, the symbiote suit Spider-Man's up there, and then the green stealth suit is up there from the PS4 video game.
Dang.
So it's a cool cover. This cover is going anywhere from $15 to $20 online, and I got it for $2. So I think for a nice little Spider-Verse cover, cool, I did pretty good with this one. So pretty cool. This one was a surprise to me. Digging through dollar bins, right? Never expecting to find a whole lot, but I have places I go to that I know where I can find some cool stuff.
What's up, Kenneth, my main man?
And they just decided to like throw in just a ton of Silver Age stuff in these dollar bins the specific day I went.
Oh, nice.
So, and like all of them, unfortunately though, all of them were like coverless. Like they were torn, they were like they were all like very damaged, right? This is the least damaged one I found, and also I think the nicest looking one I found.
Okay.
This is Justice League of America, issue number 25.
Whoa.
For very old. This is 1964 dollar bin silver, and it's got like all the main like. Got Superman, you got the Atom, you got Flash, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. All you're missing is Batman on this cover. and you got the full.
I mean, I'd even pick that up for $1, and I'm not
Yeah.
even like a
$1
JLA person, you know.
Yeah, obviously it's got water stains, but that's probably why all these books were dollar bin books.
Yeah.
But it's a double-digit early Justice League of America issue.
Mhm.
Could not pass this thing up for $1. It's a beautiful book, beautiful cover on it as well. So I had to get it, obviously. Now we're getting into like the last 4 issues I got, and these all have some kind of first appearance in them of some characters. So you might know what this one is. This is the Amazing Spider-Man, issue 265. The first appearance
Silver Sable.
of Silver Sable, second print, kind of silver foil cover.
Silver ink. I like
dollar bin find right here.
Wow, $1. That's a good book right there.
It's in really good shape. Aside from like one, there's kind of like a bend, slight color breaking crease.
Yeah,
right
but
there
I
in the
mean,
corner.
like, you know, yeah,
it's
still near mint.
Yeah, near mint.
That looks good. I'd
First
pick it up
Silver
for $1.
Sable, dude. Yeah,
I'd buy that for $1.
$1.
Nice.
This I got for $2. This book kind of picked up a little bit when the first Flash trailer came out. It's definitely cooled down now, back to where it was going for originally. Batman and Superman issue number 8, first appearance of Kara Zor-El, Supergirl.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like a reintroduction of a character that I think died at one point, and now she's back.
Okay.
In this issue, so pretty cool. Obviously, it's settled down now, but I had to get it. It was $2, so I had to pick it up.
Nice.
2 more issues. These last 2 are pretty cool. I got both of these for $2 a piece. Infamous Iron Man, issue number 1.
Ooh, there you go.
First, Dr. Doom as Iron Man, which is an interesting concept. And obviously, it hit with the audience because it's a very popular book.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very interesting first appearance. And also, there's been speculation that in Armor Wars, there's going to be some kind of... Robert Downey Jr. is going to return for a Tony Stark AI. So like in his AI form that he makes. And then this is a big stretch, but people have been talking about how Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four movie is going to hopefully use the Tony Stark AI to help with his research at the Baxter Building.
Okay.
Which it's kind of a reach, but if it happens, and if for whatever reason Doom comes up, who knows, and decides he wants to take control of all of Tony's tech.
Yeah, well,
which is a stretch, but this is still a cool book.
Yeah, it's
still a cool book.
I think it is pretty valuable too for $2. You know?
Yeah, $2. And this thing is like near mint. It's an almost all black cover, so these things are really hard to like get high grades on because they're all black. This thing has got no.
That looks good. I can
very
see
visible like spine ticks or anything crazy.
That's like right off the shelf.
Yeah, right off the shelf, dude. It's crazy.
Nice.
$2. I think the last one. I kind of went crazy when I saw this because like I'm not okay. Look, I'm not the biggest Walking Dead fan. I haven't seen the show, right? But I know this specific character and I know his reputation.
Okay.
And the fact that he's also coming back in a new spin-off show to The Walking Dead called Walking Dead City. I'm pretty sure, or Dead City or something like that. Within the coming months. So I had to pick this up. There's actually a McFarlane variant also there.
Is
that
it
I
Negan?
wanted to pick up.
Negan Lives? Nice.
The Walking Dead issue 100, first appearance of Negan.
Cool.
So yeah, this obviously it's a great spec book right now because he's coming back.
Yep.
In the new spinoff show, so I had to get his first appearance.
Cool.
And like I said, the McFarlane variant of this, like there's a McFarlane variant with a zombie on it. And like I might have to go back and pick that up now because to be honest, I kind of want that McFarlane.
Oh, it was there.
But it was there. It was like right next to this. I don't know why I didn't get it, but they were all. This book I got for $2. This book I got for $2 as well. For the first appearance of Negan, And the McFarlane variant was there too. I don't know why I didn't get it, but I'm gonna go back and
Is
hopefully.
it like okay? Here I got.
Yeah, it's got like a zombie on it. He's like next to a gravestone.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to show my screen now.
It's a very interesting cover. I like it, and it's
Oh,
because
okay.
it's McFarlane. Yeah, and he's holding a gun to his head and everything like that. That was the variant that was there.
Yeah,
And it was also $3. So like now I kind of want to go back and get it. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting cover.
That's nice. Cool.
So
Good haul. Good haul.
yeah, I'd say that's a pretty solid haul.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I got some good first appearance issues and whatnot. But now it's time for the news.
That's right.
What do we got tonight?
We got a great news segment here, guys. All right. First off, pretty important, and I'm kind of hyped for this. Reportedly, it's kind of is it confirmed?
I don't think it's confirmed,
Okay.
but they're looking for actors currently to play Two-Face.
Okay, so then he's gonna be. I mean, it's yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Two-Face is gonna be in Batman Part 2, which is pretty exciting. Classic villain, and I think he'd fit in well with the vibe.
I still don't think so. We got who do we got? We got Clayface and we got Two-Face basically confirmed.
Yeah.
There's two villains in this movie already, and I still don't think either of them are going to be the main villain. I feel like they're keeping the main villain a secret. Because like in the first Batman movie, we had Riddler, we had Falcone, and we had Penguin. That was three main villains.
Yeah.
Right? So why not continue that trend?
Who's Falcone?
It was kind of the older dude who's Catwoman's dad, and she tried to attack him at the end of the movie. It was that dude. Falcone was like a crime boss, right? Like he got passed down everything. Gotcha. So it was Falcone, it was Riddler, and it was Penguin, who were kind of the main three people in that movie. Now we're getting Clayface, Two-Face, and there's got to be one more. There has to be one more that they're not telling us about, who I think is going to be the main villain of this. And I have a very, very good hunch that it's going to be the... Who do you think it's going to be?
It's probably not who you're thinking, but I was thinking Mr. Freeze, maybe.
That's a That's my second,
Okay.
I would like that to be true. But I think the direction they're going in right now is the Court of Owls.
Okay.
As like the people like pulling the strings on Falcone's crime family. That's who I think they're gonna go with for this. And like we're gonna get like a Talon. Talon's like their Court of Owls assassin.
All right.
And that's gonna be like the physically difficult enemy to defeat, to go up against this version of Batman, because they're both like Talon and Batman. They match each other, dude, in terms of physical strength and ability. So it's like that would be a great person to put up against this Batman, to kind of push his physicality limits.
I mean, you already got Clayface, and I mean Two-Face is cool, but
yeah. I still don't know what they're gonna do with Clayface. We discussed like they're gonna have like Clayface dress up as an imposter Batman and kind of taint his name.
Yeah,
which is possible. Maybe he gets hired by like Two-Face or the Court of Owls to do that in order to make the city like rebel against him. Who knows? But I still don't think either Two-Face or who do you call it? Clayface are the main villains of this movie.
All right, gotcha. Moving on, we got something that my dad actually sent to me. This is from The Wrap. It says, a work in progress cut of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem screened at Annecy to a rousing 6-minute standing ovation. 6 minutes.
Crazy.
6 minutes.
Now, this is, I think, the biggest question that comes out of this article. What do we think is going to get Best Animated Feature of the Year? Because you have this movie, you have Across the Spider-Verse, There's like 3 more big animated movies that are coming out, I think, and I can't remember any of them.
Did Into the Spider-Verse win any awards? Or
I think it did, or at least I think it got nominated. I know it got best like animated feature of that year when it came out.
Gotcha. Well, this must be pretty good. That's all I'm saying. Like,
it must.
I didn't expect this.
And
like,
people, and you know what's funny? People were so before this came out. People were so confident that Across the Spider-Verse was just gonna wipe the slate, like in terms of animated feature films this year.
Right.
And now, like, TMNT is getting a 6-minute standing ovation for a test screening. We don't know. This is shaping up to be an interesting year for animated movies, dude.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah. Next, The Flash. So you watched this today.
I did.
Those are the current Rotten Tomato scores on there. Give us like your spoiler-free review.
Spoiler-free.
And your current rating for it.
Okay. Looking at this photo right here of the current Rotten Tomato scores, I lean towards more of the critics' score than I do the audience score. It's like I said, like 6.5, 7 out of 10. I'm leaning more towards 7 out of 10. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like, here's the thing: if you look at other, and I know I say like I don't like comparing other films to each other, but it's like in terms of the DC universe, how many actual good DC films have we gotten over the past like 5 or 8 years or something like that?
Probably, a couple.
Like maybe 1, maybe 2 here and there.
Yeah.
This definitely is up there with the better side of the DC.
Okay.
It's
promising.
compared to the other DC films. Like, I'm not saying it's like Zack Snyder's Justice League kind of crazy, It's more like I don't know how you felt about Aquaman, the first Aquaman.
I didn't watch it.
It was pretty decent for what it was. This is like in between like Wonder Woman level good and like Aquaman level good. Like it's right there in between. So it's like
so it's not as good as Aquaman?
No, it's better than Aquaman, I think. I don't think it's better than Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was probably one of the better DC movies that have come out. The first Wonder Woman, not the second one. We do not talk about the second one.
All right.
But the first Wonder Woman was one of the better DC movies that have come out. This one is like if I were to rank them, it would go like Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman.
Okay.
It's like going down from like, obviously there are more movies above Wonder Woman, but it's like in that range of movies, like this movie would rank like right there in between. It's not. Here's the thing: everybody knows at this point that Michael Keaton Batman is going to be in this movie. He was in the trailer. He's right there on the poster, so I can talk about him a little bit.
Yeah,
he's plot armor.
He has plot armor.
He is the plot armor. He does all the dangerous stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Barry is not willing to do. Like, he's the transport, he's the muscle, he's the protection.
Okay.
He's kind of all of that. And it's weird because like he's not like there. He doesn't feel like he's there. He just feels like he's there when the action is there.
Okay.
It's weird. Yeah. Not to say he was bad. He was really good, and he actually like he was helping out. Like he was doing most of the work, like I said.
Okay.
But like he was still good. Michael Keaton still got it as Batman. But just the fact that they have him in here as clearly plot armor, I wasn't thrilled about. Like I know, like I don't like to admit when things are plot armor in movies because most of the time they aren't and they have like purpose. But Michael Keaton in this movie was a lot of plot armor.
Gotcha.
Now,
Jaeger says he's seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's spoiler free. I'm keeping this spoiler free. You can also see Ben Affleck's Batman on the poster. He's there.
Okay.
He's there. You only see him in the first 10 minutes of the movie because obviously stuff goes down after that.
Yeah.
But for the time he had on screen, he's just playing Batman. Like,
All right.
it's Ben Affleck's Batman. You
Yeah.
know.
Affleck.
Kara Zor-El, right there, top right of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
She did a phenomenal job. I thought
Oh, yeah?
she was really good. She was one of the standouts along with Ezra Miller's acting.
Oh, nice.
Because
That's
it's
good.
like, you could see on the poster too, Ezra Miller plays like two different people in this movie. Well, the same person, but two different versions of him.
Yeah.
He does a really good job at distinguishing the difference between
Oh,
the two
nice.
characters,
Okay.
which
Cool.
is good.
Yeah.
And Kara, she was phenomenal. I thought she was like intimidating on screen. She was doing a lot of the heavy hitting too, obviously, because she's Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
But she did a great job.
Nice.
And then there was like, it's like there's moments throughout the film that are just weird.
Yeah.
Like CGI doesn't look right.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna say this right now. When you guys go to watch this movie, do not expect it to have great CGI.
Bro.
Because it doesn't have great CGI. It's like there are moments where like the CGI is believable and stuff, like, but you notice it and you can't get it out of your head. Like you
Yeah.
can see it.
Okay,
Like the first time something similar happens and then it happens again later, like you see it and it's like, that's like,
Yeah.
it messes with it. It's like weird to look at. Like CGI definitely isn't perfect. It's definitely incomplete. It was definitely rushed, but look, I'm not saying anything. I don't want to say nothing.
Okay.
That's not really a spoiler, but I don't want to say nothing.
All right.
But that does have to do with, the antagonist of this film.
Okay. Gotcha.
Not really a major spoiler.
Anything else for the Flash?
Remember all those cameos we were talking about?
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. The good part about the cameos is that they didn't feel forced.
Okay. That's
like
good.
So much was happening, and it's all towards the end. So much was happening that it was nice to kind of see those cameos.
Gotcha.
And also the way this movie explains like time in the multiverse is one of the better ways to explain it in a superhero film to date.
Nice.
And it actually kind of takes a jab at Marvel. Like, you know how Marvel has like the timeline splitting like this into different it literally takes a jab at that idea and basically flips the script and says,
really?
No, it's not that way. It's actually this way. They literally talk about how it's different.
Oh, right? That's cool. Nice, yeah.
Which is interesting. And I actually think the way they do it in this movie is a better way of looking at it.
Okay.
So, with all that said, it's overall a fun movie. It's one of the better DC movies. It's not bad by any means. I did have problems with the CGI. I had problems with some of the cameos in it. Or like appearances by.
Okay. Can I ask this?
People.
Can I ask this?
Yeah.
So, Grant Gustin was canceled as a cameo. He wasn't in there, right?
He wasn't in it.
Dang.
Although we could have easily seen him in it, but I think they had to take it out because they didn't want to go too far down. Because he would have appeared with like everybody, all the other cameos, because it kind of all happens at once.
Yeah.
But because it's a whole sequence towards the end, it's like multiverse stuff.
All right.
Like
we'll talk about that later. Okay.
But yeah, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's a solid DC movie for what.
All right, cool. All right, next up. Okay, so we have a lot more news to talk about, so we should move on pretty quick. The Avatar movies. So the fact they announced 3, 4, and 5 is already pretty ridiculous. But the fact that look at Avatar 5 pushed back to 2031.
I don't think I'm gonna live that long, dude. That's so long away. It's like Avatar 6, 2049 release date.
8 years from now. 8 years.
My God. I don't know if I can't even remember what happened in the first 2. How do they expect me to wait 8 years, go back and watch the first 4, and then watch the 5th one? Like that, there's I can't. Another Fast and Furious franchise. Yeah. Unless James Cameron does something absolutely spectacular that's just mind-blowing. Because as of right now, the visuals in both the first two Avatars are great.
Yeah.
But unless he does something that literally changes the fabric of movie making for the rest of time, I'm not going to be remembering any of these movies.
Oh my gosh. So your expectations are pretty high for these.
Yes. Because
Right.
he did it once. He literally did it once with the first Avatar film.
Yeah.
That means, and he tried to push the limits in this recent one, and he really did. The CGI and everything in
Yeah.
these movies are literally top tier. Like, they can't miss with CGI.
Right.
But they got to really blow my mind if they want to keep me invested. Because good CGI only goes so far in terms of movies.
I mean, 2031 CGI, who knows? Who knows what the CGI is going to look like in 2031? You know?
Shoot, James Cameron probably would make his next Terminator movie by that time.
Yeah, probably.
And he won't even complete his saga of Avatar movies.
That's insane. 2031, bro.
I don't think I'm gonna go see it in 2031. I just think I'll be like, at that point in my life, I think I'll be so like not invested in the Avatar movies that when I see when they come out, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh, I remember talking about this. I don't remember watching it though.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not gonna. Who knows?
Right. If we've done like 70 streams in 2 years, then in 8 years,
Making 3 more movies.
how many streams will we have done?
That's
what's 70 times 4?
I can't do mental math.
21, 210.
210.
Wait, that doesn't sound right though. No, 280.
280.
So plus, wait, 70 in 2 years, and then another 4 of those.
Yeah.
So we'd be at 350 streams if we streamed every week.
Streams. That seems about right. That's a lot of streams.
Well, that is a lot of streams from here to 2030.
We better be doing some like big old gift basket giveaways by the time we get to 350 streams.
Bro, oh my gosh. Imagine it though. Like imagine if we get to talk about Avatar 5 on stream.
I don't know if I'll go see it.
Insane.
As much as I want to see it, this is what's gonna happen. I guarantee you by 2031, you're gonna say to me, or like right before we stream that Friday night, like before, like after its release, you're gonna say like, did you go see the new Avatar movie? And then I'm gonna be like, the new what? What did you say?
Yeah, it's like no one's gonna talk about it.
Avatar movie? I haven't seen an Avatar movie in 9 years, dude.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it's gonna be like.
Yeah. This whole thing is just ridiculous, though.
Jaeger, look, I promise you, I will start posting more stuff on my Instagram. I'm sorry, we just got that table I take pictures on set up again. I'm posting like all my First Appearance Friday stuff tonight on my Instagram. So, yes, no, maybe not an Instagram giveaway, but I will be posting more. Don't worry.
All right. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of funny and ridiculous. Like even the fact that they have to like announce that they're pushing back the release date, like no one cares. Like no one's gonna. Yeah. Okay, moving on. The Marvel release dates were also pushed.
Oh my god!
Oh, brother.
It's every movie, dude.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, Captain America is pushed back.
Thunderbolts is pushed back like almost 5 months, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? Like, Blade is pushed back a whole, like, year, almost. Like, till the next year.
Yeah.
Deadpool 3 is pushed back.
Most of them are pushed back, like...
mid 2024. Or not mid 2024.
Yeah, May 2024. Yeah, so most of them are, like, a few months to a year. So Secret Wars is pushed from 2026 to 2027, which is insane. That's on the Avatar level. Like we're gonna have to wait that long. But
Look,
wait.
they better make it worth the wait for me to go see Secret Wars, dude. If I see Secret Wars and it is a smaller Avengers movie than Endgame,
Yeah, it's
I will quit Marvel. I will quit Marvel right then and there, dude. I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
you cannot make a Secret Wars movie if it is not bigger than Endgame. It doesn't work.
right.
Because that event in the comics is so much bigger than like Infinity War in the comics.
Is it Secret Wars?
Yeah, Secret Wars, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's like 3 or 4 Secret Wars volumes, and it
Yeah.
stretches over the course of like years. And there was like a couple volumes of Infinity War, and it all happened in like the
True.
late 80s and 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have it like big, you know?
Yeah.
And
I don't think they're gonna hold back at all.
They better start saving money right now, because if they want the CGI to look good, if they want all the actors they want to have back in this movie and have everybody interact with each other in like this huge double the sized Endgame Warzone set,
Yeah.
like they're gonna have to start putting money aside for it. Maybe not Kang Dynasty. What I think they're gonna do with Kang Dynasty is like they might tease Secret Wars. It's going to be more of just a new Avengers team movie than it is going to be a Secret Wars movie.
Infinity War came out April 27th, 2018, and Secret Wars is coming out January, February, March, April, May 7th, 2027.
That's
almost a decade.
Almost a decade later, dude. This Kang Dynasty thing, this better build up like the Marvel Phase 1 did, because that was like a 10-year build up.
Yeah.
So it's like it better build up like that did, or if I'm telling you, dude, if this ain't worth it, I've just dedicated more than 10 years of my life to Marvel, and I will not.
I'll probably see Kang Dynasty, but I'm not as hyped as it for it as much as Secret Wars. Like, I'm most hyped for Deadpool 3. Fantastic Four I'll see for sure, and then Secret Wars, like, for sure, you know.
You know what I think is going to be the most disappointing of all the movies on this list right here in front of us?
Blade.
Yeah. Telling you, dude.
Yeah.
People are there will be riots in the streets because of the Blade movie turning out like Morbius.
Well,
I don't know if it could get to Morbius level, but it's like, if this film's not rated R, what are they doing with Blade? Like, how can you not have a rated R Blade movie?
He's infamous. Like, he's almost like, that's like making a Deadpool movie PG-13. You know, it's like it doesn't. You can't.
And without Ryan Reynolds too.
Yeah.
A PG-13 Deadpool movie without Ryan Reynolds is like what the new Blade movie is going to be.
It's like
Blade.
Deadpool 3 with like Ryan Gosling, you know. PG-13
Deadpool, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Yeah. So there they are right there. These are, I mean, pushing back a release date to 2027. I mean, Avatar. Even Avatar 4 is coming out 2029.
Why don't they just skip like 4 and go right to 5? Why don't they just skip 4 and go right to 5?
I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. Oh, brother. All right.
Or shoot, skip 3 and 4 and go right to 5. Like, you don't need 2 other ones to explain some. And
they're all going to be like 3.5 hours long. You know, it's going to be.
What if like Avatar? What if they get progressively longer? Because I think the second one was longer than the first one. But what if they like keep getting longer? Like, what if it goes to like?
First Avatar was 2 hours 42 minutes.
I think it was.
Avatar 2 was 3 hours 12 minutes.
What if it goes to like
30 minutes?
What if it goes to like 4 hours and then 5 hours and then 6 hours? For like the next 3.
Oh my gosh, bro!
There's
gonna be like 3 intermissions in in the 5th movie.
And then what if they just like don't do anything with Avatar for like 10 years, and then they say, okay, we're making 8, 9, and 10. of the Avatar movie.
And then they're gonna get pushed back again like another decade. Like, oh brother. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Gotham Knights was canceled.
Oh no. Oh wow, I never would have thought this would have happened. Okay, we can move on.
Okay. So
this is actually interesting.
This is pretty cool. So this is a new CBCS label concept that was leaked, whatever that means, you know. But it looks better than its old one. I can tell you that for sure.
It looks very stylish and classy.
Mm-hmm.
It looks textured too. Do you see that? Like it looks
I see
textured up on the label.
Yeah.
So it's like, look, all I'm saying is I might start using CBCS for grading because it seems like they have better quality stuff and more cheaper services for grading. Because like, you know, I watched like a slab test where they test the durability of different slabs, and it was CGC versus CBCS slab battle. So they would take like hammers to them, they would drop them and stuff from like 4 stories up or something like that. And I like the CBCS slab, like obviously they were both destroyed by the end of it. But the CBCS slab held up. Like the CGC slab like immediately started showing signs of wear. Like it would crack like glass, dude.
Oh,
geez. The CBCS one for like the first 5 minutes of the video, like the first 2 challenges, held up pretty good.
Nice.
So all I'm saying is it seems like they have better quality.
Cool.
For this stuff.
All right, cool. All right, so next up, there's a Craven photo leaked as well. As you know, leaked, take it with a grain of salt. You know, you don't really know what leaked means nowadays. So, I mean, he looks pretty good. You said that's his like hunting suit.
It's like it's like because you know how he has like that fur coat he's always got on,
which is
that's like when he's not hunting, right? When he's like
loungewear.
Yeah. So like he'll take that off and he'll go like run around with his freaking muscles and everything and start killing people, dude. Like, that's what he's probably doing right now.
Yeah. It looks like he's in the woods there.
Yeah, so. He is. So he's definitely hunting, dude.
Oh yeah.
He's hunting. He's on the hunt, dude.
Oh yeah. I'm excited for this. I want to see this for sure.
What if this movie is like a Craven's Last Hunt storyline and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man appears with like the black suit?
Bro.
And then Craven makes
they wouldn't go that
would be cool though, dude. If they did a Craven's Last Hunt storyline, or at least if they set that up with being this set in like a specific Spider-Man universe.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would. But that would still be cool.
No. All right. Moving on. There's a Stan Lee documentary coming out. Disney Plus, I think you said.
Yes.
I'm watching.
Another. Yeah. I think there's like 3 or 4 other Stan Lee documentaries, but they're making another one. So I'm going to be watching this one as well.
I'm not complaining. Looks like it's got a pretty good review for
the 7 reviews. It's getting pretty good reviews.
All right.
So I'm going to go see that.
Yeah, for sure. It's on Disney Plus, right?
Yep.
Sweet. All right, cool. This you're especially excited for. Batman, the Caped Crusader, is described as everything that Bruce Timm wanted to do in Batman the Animated Series, but because it ran on a kid's channel, he wasn't able to do it. So, talk a little bit about this.
Rated R Batman, the Animated Series? You know how hard this show is going to go? It's going to go it's going to go so hard. But here's the thing. It's probably going to want to be one of those shows that people sleep on for like the first like year and a half it's out.
Yeah.
Like this is what happened with The Boys, right? This is like The Boys came out. Like I didn't even know about it until like the end of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Or like when season 2 came out, but I didn't get around to watching it until the end of season 2.
Okay.
And then the release of season 3. But like The Boys, for as good as it is, nobody watched it for the first season. Like nobody knew what it was, and people still don't know what it is. Like people still have like I talked to people who are like like sometimes I just like talk to people who are like superhero fanatics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? They have no idea what The Boys is.
Really?
And I'm like,
Wow.
you can't say you love superhero shows and like are an avid watcher of superhero shows if you haven't seen The Boys.
Or at least, I mean, they don't even know
must.
about. They don't even know what it is, you know.
And I tell them, well, and then I explain to them what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So like if they don't know what it is, I go like, it's this extremely violent, satirical show on society and what happens if normal people decided they wanted to have superpowers.
Hmm.
And half of them aren't even normal. They're all like criminally insane superheroes,
Yeah.
basically. So, and it's still, in my opinion, it's the best superhero TV show of all time as of right now.
Really?
It's the best. Not my favorite, but it's the best. My favorite is the Daredevil TV show, obviously.
Okay.
But in terms of the best, it's the best.
Wow.
As of right now, who knows?
Gotcha.
This could surprise me. Maybe if this surprises me, I don't know. We'll see.
All right, we'll see. Yes, we will. And finally, John Romita Sr., the legend, passed away, I think, on the 12th this week.
Yeah.
At 92.
Dude, I did not prepare for this. I was going to try and get some John Romita Sr. books out, but I just forgot to do it. So I need to find some John Romita Sr. books right now.
You got it. He's 93. Excuse me. Yeah.
93, dude. That dude lived a long life, though.
Yeah. So we're definitely going to do some cover battles for him. But rest in peace. And that sums up our news segment. So, with that being said, I think we can move on to Spider-Verse here.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers. Let me edit this. So Spider-Verse spoilers. It's been out for a while, you know.
Yep.
All right, let me tell you what happened for me. Okay.
You go ahead and take the stage on this first, because I want to hear your opinion.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you what happened with the theater. So we were at this theater. It's kind of like the theater is all right. It's an all right theater. Pretty cheap tickets. It's cheap, but they got reclining, chairs, and it's not bad. I swear every time I go there, like something's wrong with the theater that you always take for granted in a movie theater, and you just realize one time the audio is messed up, and one time something with the visuals, I don't know. And this time there was a storm. So comic book time. There's a big storm coming through, and we were watching the movie, and on the left, I swear I heard someone was opening up a wrapper or something. It was like, and it just kept going. And I'm like, what is that? I'm like, okay. And I'm like, wait, that's dripping. It's dripping to my left, all the way. So I'm on the right.
The roof just caved in, dude.
And is that what happened? It kept going, and then it was a constant stream of water. And this person came in, and they got this big trash trash bin and put it under or whatever. I think and basically they gave everyone free tickets to another movie, but they had to get everyone out of there basically. And as we were leaving, one of the ceiling panels fell down, yeah. And so I don't even know what I think the last thing I remembered from Spider-Verse.
Yeah, what point?
I think we were 20 minutes from the end or something, 15 minutes from the end. I do remember when Miles led everyone onto the rocket ship train thing up through the tube,
Yeah.
And then he jumped off, and Spider-Man 2099 jumped off too.
Is that where you got up to?
I remember specifically that.
Okay.
I think you may have to jog my memory after that, but
Okay.
give me like a rundown of it.
So what happened after that? Basically, Miles went back. You know that room where?
Oh wait. They're in the wrong dimensions, right? They're in the wrong universes.
Who?
Well, Miles and Spider-Gwen, right?
Oh, so you remember?
I remember that.
When Miles went to a universe, but it wasn't his.
Yeah, because
Okay.
his dad was on the mural. So he's dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Uncle
So you got up to the point where did the Prowler attack him? Like
No.
knock out Miles?
No.
You didn't see that?
No.
Okay. So you got up to right before the Prowler attacked Miles in his wrong universe.
Okay, gotcha.
Here's the thing. He went to, I'm sure you already know this, he went to Universe 42, which is the universe that the spider was supposed to go to bite that Miles of that universe to become Spider-Man of Earth 42. But that never happened. So there's no Spider-Man in Universe 42. So it's like anarchy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not safe. So that who you think is the Prowler who attacked Miles at the end is him from Universe 42. He became the Prowler instead of becoming Spider-Man.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
So that's who attacked him at the end and knocked out Miles.
Nice.
And he reveals himself at the very end, and they say like they're talking or like Miles is talking to his he's tied up on the boxing thing, like the sandbag. He's tied up on the boxing sandbag at the very end, and Uncle Aaron of Universe 42 is talking to Miles about like we don't have a Spider-Man, we don't know what you're talking about, who are you? Mm-hmm. This is my son, or this is my nephew. And then like the Prowler walks out and he just kind of starts like asking him all questions, and then Miles is like, wait a minute, who are you? And then he reveals himself to be him from Universe 42, and he's the Prowler. So, and then just at there's really not a lot after that. At the very end, it was just like you go back to Gwen talking in third person about like she's trying to get people to join her Spider-Verse crew because she's kind of gone rogue. Mm-hmm. So she pretty much gets everybody, all the allies to Miles. So like Peter B, Spider-Man Noir, Hobby Brown, Spider-Man, Provider Parker, can't say his name, the Indian Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So like all the allies of Miles, and she kind of gathers them up, and at the very end, they like all jump into a portal, and then it just says to be continued.
Okay, cool. Was there an after scene?
There was an end. What was the end credit scene? I can't remember what the end credit scene was.
Maybe should we search it up?
You could look it up. I don't think it was anything crazy or anything like that. I don't think it was anything like mind blowing. If I can't remember, but
okay.
I don't think it was anything crazy. I forgot what it was, dude. Maybe there wasn't even an end credit scene because that. Who knows? I don't even think there was an end credit scene.
Well, yeah, I don't think there was.
Yeah, I don't think there was.
Okay.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
That's strange. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have a mid-credit scene or a post-credit scene. So, yeah, now, what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was a good movie. Let me lead with that. Okay. Thought it was a good movie. I didn't really fully have a problem with. I didn't think anything was exactly a problem. I did think that the pacing of the movie. You know how YouTube Shorts and I guess TikToks now pack in so much in like
Yeah,
60
like
seconds
really
or whatever.
fast.
That's the effect that I think is having on movies now. At least this movie, that's what I felt. It was so much.
You gotta also understand. There's probably more that they would have put in, but they have to move it all to the second part. This
Yeah.
is a 2-parter,
Yeah.
so it's like
I don't think that they necessarily like. Well, yeah, but I think they're intentionally like separating the two movies. You know, it's not like they have like 4 hours of footage or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have to move this to the next movie." I think it's like this was it, and the next movie is gonna be the rest. You know.
yeah.
So, yeah, I thought the pacing was, especially the animation style and how how they splice some of the frames and cut them out. It makes it pretty hard to follow visually, and it's just like
It makes it hard to follow visually.
Yeah, for sure.
You didn't like it?
What do you mean?
All the.
No, I did. I like the different art styles. I thought it was I thought it worked well with some scenes, but I'm saying like the fact of how fast paced it was more fast paced than the first one. They packed in more stuff than the first one, and like they kept the same, whatever the frame rate, whatever they do with that, as the first one as well.
Yeah.
I think that the story and making each character, I felt that each character was very human. Mm-hmm. And like I could kind of relate to like I could understand what like everyone was feeling, how Miles was feeling, like as like in relation to how Gwen was kind of like roped into all the Spider-Verse stuff and Miles was kind of left behind,
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really good, and that was like really, really interesting. The soundtrack was disappointing.
Yeah, the other thing too is that, like I think we all agreed that the first soundtrack for the first movie was better than the second soundtrack.
Yeah, I think that the first Spider-Verse movie is probably like an 8 out of 10 for me, maybe.
Yeah,
this one may be like. I think I may be going with. I think I may be going with the 6 on this one.
For the soundtrack?
No, for the movie.
Oh, for the movie?
That's what I'm saying. 6 out of 10.
To me, it's like almost flip-flopped. Like I thought this one was like an 8 out of 10, and the last one was like a 7 out of 10.
Really? Yeah, I thought like the first one, the origins, like I think the origin story is pretty important to me, and I think that the first one is just so classic, and I mean the soundtrack as well. I feel like it also introduced like I think they're trying to take what worked from the first movie and added like so much else onto it in the second one. Like they pumped it like.
That's what I liked about it, though. That's what I was expecting from the first one, and they gave it to me in the second one. Like the thing with the first one is the pacing was better. I'll give you that. Pacing was better in the first one. There's definitely a lot less going on.
Yeah, which I like.
But I feel like you also got to think about too, like what happened over there's so much that happened in between the first one and the second one that we don't know about, but we were told about. Like all that stuff with Miguel going into another universe and finding his family, and how he bulked up and he's gotten like really pissed off now. Yeah. Like that all happened in between the first one and the second one.
Okay.
So it's like they were going to take the time to say all of it or like do it all over again in this one. Because then we would have had a saga instead of a trilogy. Because no way they're fitting that into 2 more films.
Yeah.
And then all the stuff that happened with Gwen when she went back to her universe, and the first part of the stuff that happened with her dad, that all happened in between or towards the beginning of this one and in between the last one and this one.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like it showed her life after she got done, when she got back to her own reality, and then it showed her basically do all that stuff with her dad, and then she got caught, and then
Yeah.
Miguel came and they fought the Vulture and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so much stuff. And here's the thing about, you mentioned the origin story point.
Yeah.
The thing with the first one too, I just think I'm tired of origin stories. I think that's
Really?
just me. Because here's the thing with origin stories, with Spider-Man specifically, because as we all know at this point, each Spider-Man, they basically have the same origin story.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
'Cause,
they
I
have
mean,
like
that
an
they
Aunt
play
May
on that
or an Uncle
in the
Ben
movies.
figure that dies. Yeah, they play on it. Like, I already know all that, and I feel like for Miles, it wasn't that much different from what I've already seen before. So I feel like, to me, in the first one,
Yes.
I feel like in the first one, when they did Miles' origin and stuff, and who died, Uncle Aaron in the first one, I feel like that's all stuff I've seen
Okay.
before that I don't know how many more times I can see. Because like it
Yeah, but
happened with
yes. I see your point. Of course, they're not going to do another origin story for the sequel.
but
you know?
but the thing I did like about the first one is that they didn't just stop the origin of him becoming Spider-Man. They continued and went into the multiverse kind of era of things,
Mhm.
because they introduced him to all the different variants that showed up in that movie, and then they basically mentored him into becoming the Miles.
Yeah,
we know
that's what I was
today.
about to say. Like, it wasn't
That's
just
that's
his
what I
origin
like.
story.
Yeah, I know. That's what I liked about that movie.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I liked about that.
Really?
Origin stuff I wasn't a fan of, because I've seen it so many times
Well, yeah.
done over and over. And I'm sure a lot of people are tired of that too. But here's the thing, I don't think it's necessarily anything special just because it's Miles Morales.
Of
Because
course.
I've seen it all before. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like I watched like the Tobey Maguire movies for whatever reason. I don't know why. But when I
Mhm.
see the origin in the Tobey Maguire movies, that never gets old. I don't know why. I know I'm tired of origins, but the Tobey Maguire movies are goated. But like I've seen like the Tobey Maguire movies, I've seen multiple Spider-Man animated TV shows. Like I grew up on those as a kid. I've seen the Andrew Garfield movies. I've seen all the Tom Holland movies, and now they're making another trilogy of Tom Holland movies that kind of redo his origin all over again for his college years. And it's like, how many more times can I see Spider-Man Origins and not get tired of it?
Mhm.
And I think that's what my mindset was with when I saw the first one. Because at that point, I think Spider-Man Homecoming had come out, but none of the other two movies had come out. So it's like I had seen another Spider-Man origin too, like previously, like just before Across or Into the Spider-Verse. So when I went to go see Into the Spider-Verse, I wasn't expecting an origin, I think was also another thing. I wasn't expecting an origin, even though it was pretty clear that it was. I wasn't expecting an origin because I feel like I already knew what would happen, and I didn't know if I wanted to like see it all over again. When I did, they did it well because obviously it was different with Uncle Aaron and the fact that they introduced Spider-Verse characters. But what really made me like Into the Spider-Verse was the second half when they actually did Spider-Verse stuff. They went to stop Kingpin. There's that whole thing with Kingpin too and his wife and all that. I'm glad they went into that. I think the best moment in Into the Spider-Verse that I think cannot be matched by whatever happened in this movie is when he becomes Spider-Man. Because there's that whole sequence towards the end where he gets pushed away from the team and told to take that leap of faith. And then he goes and he makes his own Spidey suit. You know, he goes and teams up with Aunt May. He makes a Spidey suit. He goes to the top of that building. They play one of the best soundtrack scenes in the movie, where they play What's Up Danger and he jumps off the building and they do that cool upside down shot. That's when he became Spider-Man. Not when Uncle Aaron died. That's when he became Spider-Man. That's what I liked about that movie, right? That's what I really, really liked about that movie. The thing with this movie that I liked better about the last movie, they built on that becoming Spider-Man thing. Because if you notice, this was also a little like metaphorical thing too. I don't know if you noticed. His shoes, you gotta look at his shoes. I know this is really weird, but his shoes are untied for the first what do you call it? It's like the first, like from when we first see him in the film to when he gets to Spider Society, his shoes are untied, right? Which I actually saw this on Instagram, so it's like this was pointed out to me, which I thought was really cool. His shoes are untied, which signifies he's still not a neat person. He's still not complete. He's not concise. He's Spider-Man, but he's not the best version of Spider-Man he can be yet. Because here's the thing, people, he even says this in the movie, people have been telling him what to do with his life, and he doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to keep listening to people. And it's when he leaves the Spider Society and tries to go back to his own universe, that's when his shoes are tied. So now he has a better idea of what he wants to do, and because he's making his own decisions, right? So he's more clear, he's more concise, he's more confident in his decisions, his decision making, and how he doesn't let anybody else tell him what he does anymore or what he should do anymore. If that makes sense. I know. Why'd you get confused?
I think I'm calling bull on that one a little bit. I think I don't know about that one.
No, like the director confirmed like the shoe thing is like a true thing.
Really?
Like they put that in there to symbolize Miles's growth throughout the film.
Why?
Because it's like metaphorical. Like it's like
okay.
I don't know what you have against it. It's it symbolizes his growth. It symbolizes his maturity and the fact that he became a better Spider-Man from what he went through at the Spider Society with Miguel and everything like that. Now, and they built upon his growth in this movie, and it actually was like a Spider-Verse movie. The last one was more of an origin movie. This one was more of a Spider-Verse movie, in my opinion. And I think I expected the scale from this movie to be in the last movie, but since I didn't get that, and half of it was like his origin, I feel like that's why I didn't like that movie as good as I did this movie. Because the other part too is like I had already known Miles's origins from the comics, right? At that time, and yeah, they did it differently in Into the Spider-Verse, but like I said, it's nothing I haven't seen before. It's not a whole lot different from what they would do in the comics with him. Mm-hmm. So I think what dragged Into the Spider-Verse down for me was part of it was just another origin story, and then the second half of it was an actual Spider-Verse story. And then Across the Spider-Verse basically took what I liked about the first one and used the whole movie to build on Miles's growth and also expand on the Spider Society and the Spider-Verse and all of that. That's what I like better about this one than I did the first one.
Okay.
And I don't know how you feel about origin stories, I'm not just talking about origin stories in general, specifically Spider-Man's origin. And this also, I think, could apply to Batman too, because I'm getting sick of this with Batman too, where they where every new Spider-Man movie or new Batman movie, at least half of it, or at least the beginning of it, is an origin story. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how many more origin stories I can take without not saying something about it.
Right.
And Miles is a great character, and his origin is a very fitting origin for Spider-Man. But I don't want to see it done again and again. Give me a new story, like what Across the Spider-Verse did. It's not necessarily a new story because this event has, I guess you could say, already happened in the comics, but I didn't know anything about that. Just give me something other than an origin story to help me love better than just a half origin story movie and a half Spider-Verse movie instead of a full Spider-Verse movie and growth movie.
Right.
So that's just personal opinion for me, but that's why I liked Across the Spider-Verse better than Into Spider-Verse. And the simple answer is because I'm just tired of origin stories.
Okay.
And specifically with Spider-Man and Batman. I will apply this to Batman too. Like,
Right.
I swear to God, if this new Brave and the Bold movie they're making with Batman and Robin is another origin for Batman and Robin, I'm going to be mad. I talked about this earlier today in the car with my dad. He was like, because we were talking about the Flash and everything.
Yeah.
And I was saying, like, they're getting a new Batman for the Brave and the Bold. And I was saying, like, this better not be an origin movie. I'm done with Batman Origins. I can only see Bruce's parents get shot so many times before I stop watching Batman stuff. Same thing with Spider-Man, where I can only watch so many of his loved ones die before it's like, okay, when does he become Spider-Man? Do they just keep dying? Or like, where's the growth? And that's why I like Across the Spider-Verse so much. Because it wasn't, although there's probably going to be, if you think about it, his origin's still not really over because in the next one, they implied that his dad's going to die, which I don't know if he will. And I don't know if Miles will save him and break the Spider-Verse, but I have no idea about that.
Right.
But I swear to God, if I have to see another Spider-Man kneel down beside a dead relative or a dead close friend and start crying, I can only see it so many times before I get frustrated.
Yeah.
And you're right. They did play on that in the movie because when they were looking at the web of eternity or whatever it is, like the Spider-Verse web thing, you literally saw multiple versions of Spider-Man, including Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, with like a Gwen Stacy or an Aunt May or Peter Parker or like somebody dying. They were lined up and they were like kneeling down next to him, and it's like that's the moment that has to happen for them to become Spider-Man.
Right.
But how many times do I have to see that moment happen for me to get this is when they become Spider-Man? You know, like it's something that will get old, and people lately have been talking about superhero fatigue for Marvel and DC movies because people don't want to keep seeing origins and people don't want half-assed films that aren't going to be big and people aren't going to want to see. They want good movies that are new stories, that are entertaining, have well-written characters, and that are like genuinely good films that people won't forget.
Right.
And I think Across the Spider-Verse, even Into the Spider-Verse, I'll give this to Into the Spider-Verse too, but I think Across the Spider-Verse was one of those films.
Yeah.
And therefore, I will give it an 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'll do
I'm leaning towards a 9 out of 10, but I'll go like very traditional with this 8.5 out of 10. I don't want to push it.
I'll do a 6 out of 10. I just really wasn't feeling it. Like the majority of the movie just wasn't. And I really think that the Prowler scene at the end I don't think that would really change anything for me. So what's halfway between 6 and 8.5? That's 7.25. So
yeah,
you want to say 7.5?
You can say it. You could say
it. 7.5 collectively.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
We'll
7.5. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's Spider-Verse. What happened to the stream?
I'm telling you, our overall review for The Flash is going to be much lower than Across the Spider-Verse, or at least yours will be. Because I feel like if you weren't that big of a fan of Across the Spider-Verse, I feel like The Flash might be a letdown for you. Okay. But I don't know. You may end up liking it better, but I don't know.
We'll see. Okay, we're gonna do cover battles or what?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Cover battles.
All right. I'm super hot, by the way. Just want to remind you, I'm super hot, so don't forget.
You better come up with some categories.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, okay, just wait.
I don't have that responsibility anymore.
You know where we at. It's prime time rapping. Let's go ahead and get into it. We got our challenger over here.
Yep. T-Bone 225, run my nap.
225? Is that an area code or something? Put that on the map quick. T-Steak. Let's go ahead and get into our main man, the champion himself. No need for introduction.
First of all, I'm not a rapper.
Let's go ahead and get into this little coin toss here. Good luck.
Hey,
Say about luck.
you know what I do? Heads.
Okay.
You know how I go.
Yep, tails.
Hey. I go first.
Yeah, but
Hey, tell him.
Hold on, I want to
When it
talk.
comes super hot, he goes first. What is this?
All right,
Okay, super hot.
I go first. Practice round. Any book you want, go.
Dang, okay.
Any book.
It's quick. Looks like the pacing got to you.
No, shut up. I don't want to hear it. Oh, brother. Okay, I got my book.
I'm gonna go with a classic, actually. Classic.
Going with the classic today. Okay.
What do you got?
Okay. George Dredd, number 17. Look at that cover right there with the big fat wheels on the motorcycle.
It's your most often used Dread cover.
Yeah, probably actually. Okay. All right, what's your book?
I don't think I've used this book in a cover battle yet.
Okay.
Spider-Man 2099,
Oh
issue
yeah.
number 1.
No, I got that signed by the cover artist. Not to.
That you know what? That's good for you, Harper. That's good for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Good for you.
I'm pretty proud of it myself.
Great accomplishment.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, go vote in the poll, everyone. Go vote in the poll. Just a practice round.
What if you could wish any 3 books into existence for your collection? What would they be?
Hulk 1, Hulk 181, and Hulk 2.
Okay.
I may
Mine
go
would be
Hulk, yeah. What?
mine would be Detective Comics 27, Detective Comics 31, and Amazing Fantasy 15.
Nice.
Top 3 right there.
Guys, let's get some votes up in the poll here. Come on now. Because are you watching the stream?
I am. Yeah, I can't see anything.
Come on, let's get one vote. Let's get one vote up in here. Come on now.
Who do we got voting? Who's gonna vote?
Hey, I got an internship for next year. Going to be working at a TV station here.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
In not next week, but the week after, I start the film camp and we're gonna make a movie.
Oh yeah.
So once it's done and edited, because my he works with the film school, so he's gonna be editing it. So once it's done, I'll try and send it to you or post it or something.
Yeah. Cool.
For everybody to see.
Guys, if there's no votes in this poll, I don't see the point of doing cover battles tonight. That does not.
We do a movie review.
A movie review of what?
I don't know. What's a movie you saw recently?
The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
I've never heard of that.
Really? That's the Coen brothers.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
What?
Have you ever heard of Training Day?
No, I mean I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's good. I actually, you know what I did start watching? I don't know if you've seen the show, but I did start watching Game of Thrones recently.
Really? Is it?
It's so far in terms of like medieval and fantasy shows.
Yeah.
It's up there, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
It's up there.
Nice.
I don't know how good it's gonna get because I'm only a season and a half in,
Yeah.
and there's like 8 seasons. So it's
Right.
like I got some things to watch.
What
but
about North by Northwest?
I haven't heard of that either.
What? That's Hitchcock. Classic Hitchcock.
How
bro.
how old are these movies? Like the first 2 that you've just mentioned.
Bro, the Ballad of
I know the
Buster
Coen.
Scruggs,
I know the Coen brothers one is probably more recent.
that came out 5 years ago. North by Northwest, I think, is 60s.
Yeah, that's probably. I don't dabble in like old films. too much.
What? Have you seen The Good,
Like
the Bad, and the Ugly?
I have heard of that. I have yet. It's actually on my watch list.
Have like a watch list that you have watched that I can look at?
You can. I have like a have watched. You can go. Do you have Letterboxd? You got Letterboxd.
Yeah.
You can go on Letterboxd on my account, or like if you have it like friended or whatever, you can look at it. Because I have like a watch list of movies I want to watch,
Yeah.
and then a list of movies I have watched.
Can I friend you? How do I friend you?
Probably could. Hang on. Yeah, you can go to. I could share this with you. I'll put it in the Discord for you.
Okay, cool.
All right, hopefully that's.
All right.
And then also my top 4 are up there too.
Okay, cool.
So you could probably look at my top 4.
All right, I'm gonna follow you. Okay. Goodfellas, Godfather, Blade Runner, No Country for Old Men. Nice.
Those are my top 4. I think Goodfellas is probably the best like crime, like mafia movie I've ever seen. The only reason why I wouldn't put Godfather over it is because I feel like more stuff happened in Goodfellas that was like unexpected. Like there were more like there were like, oh my god moments in Goodfellas.
Yeah,
when I first watched it and stuff. The Godfather, because of the history and the reputation, and also the fact that it literally is one of my favorite movies. It's my second one. Blade Runner for me is my most favorite sci-fi movie because of what it did for the genre.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
And then No Country for Old Men was just a surprise on its own that I did not expect.
Dang, The Godfather is the oldest movie you've watched?
Is it?
That's what it says. What was that? It was 1972? Oh, yeah.
Sort by.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of these movies.
Yeah, 72.
In fact, most of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a lot of like. I was also rated like a bunch of newer stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
The Departed was really good.
I don't remember a lot from that movie. I remember watching it, and I remember like it was pretty good. But
and then can you see my like watch list of movies that I want to watch?
Yeah. Let's see.
There's a lot of good movies on there that I need to watch.
Oh, what's Serpico about?
I actually found this movie today. Right, I was looking at all like Al Pacino movies and stuff, and I saw Serpico, and it's like this is the movie he did right after the first Godfather, and apparently it's like pretty good.
Okay.
So I was like, hey, I should check it out.
Yeah. I watched Midnight Cowboy. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Midnight Cowboy does look interesting.
Secret Life of Walter Mitty is fun. I haven't seen any. Malcolm X.
The Equalizer movies are on there just because I haven't seen any of the Equalizer movies. I don't know if they're good or not, so I just put like the first 3 on there.
Kubrick by Kubrick. I've never heard of that before.
That's the documentary that came out. on Stanley Kubrick, and apparently it's pretty good. So
Yeah, I really want to watch that. I haven't heard of that before. Akira, I've seen Akira. My dad put that on. I haven't seen Sin City. I want to watch it. Same with The Machinist.
yeah.
I've seen Air, which was all right. Paths of Glory I watched.
Yeah, you recommend it. I put that on there because you recommended
Oh, we watched Found. Do you want to talk about Found?
I still haven't watched it.
What? Okay.
I need to.
I didn't realize it
weird?
was what?
I've watched like maybe like 8 movies in the past like week. Like I've watched a lot of movies. I watched like Platoon was one of the most recent ones I watched. Platoon was a really good movie.
Yeah. What I didn't realize from your description about the movie is that Found is a pretty low budget film.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was going to be like an actual kind of like, yeah. Boys in the Hood is good. Friday, Social Network. I've seen those. Truman Show classic. I got that on DVD. Tropic Thunder. I've seen that. 2001. Come on, you gotta watch 2001. Shawshank Redemption. Hey, you want to see something cool? Actually, hold on.
Dang, we really got.
You see this?
We really got like no one watching tonight, which is weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Is that a script? What script is that? Is that 2001 script?
The Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, it's a script.
I do know that's like one of the best movies of all time. I know that for sure.
It's really good.
It's
really
still
good. Yeah.
haven't seen it, but I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
To my love for Goodfellas and The Godfather and all those.
Yeah. Okay, well, what do you want to do?
I don't know. Tier list time.
Tier list
time. I say we do a tier list. You know what I would like to do a tier list on? War films.
Okay.
I consider myself to be a very big fan of war films.
Me too.
So like
I agree.
If you look up like the best war films of all time tier list, there probably is one.
Probably. War movies.
I've seen a good amount of war movies too, so I can't imagine there'll be a whole lot that I won't know.
I agree. It's going. World War I movies and TV shows.
I feel like World War I stuff is underrated.
Yeah. But I feel like some of the best war movies are... Oh, here. What is this? Hold on. It's going. Trust me.
I think the best war movies are Vietnam War movies. I feel like there's a lot of movies about Vietnam that are very, very good.
I don't think...
And I think World War II is a close runner-up.
So out of 5 stars, I don't think that there's a single Stanley Kubrick movie that I've seen that's not a 5-star. I think every single one is a 5-star.
I believe that. What was this? Wow.
Oh my
That's a lot of war movies.
I haven't...
Okay, I don't even think I've seen half of those.
Me neither. We can rate what we've seen. Though.
Yeah, we can rate what we see. I feel like that would be interesting.
This is 13 hours. It says there.
I've seen 13 hours. 13 hours. 13 hours is about when they captured it's Iraq. It was like during the Iraq War, like post 9/11. The U.S. ambassador got captured and killed by like terrorists.
Okay.
So like they had to camp out like the household of the ambassador because they were like surrounded by terrorists for like an entire night, hence
Gotcha.
13 hours.
Yeah.
So I would put 13 hours. I really enjoyed it. There's a stellar cast to that movie. I would put it in B tier.
Okay.
Like high B tier.
All right. Cool. 1917. Did I watch this? 1917. I think I might have. Is that the one where it's like supposed to look like one shot?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of remember some of that.
1917, in my opinion, I would also put in B tier, just because
Really?
I feel like there's better World War I films out there.
All right, above 13 hours.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
300. Oh, I haven't seen 300. You haven't seen 300 either, right?
I have seen 300.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought I saw it on
Ancient,
Okay.
like ancient war films are also another genre that I think is severely underrated, including like Crusaders and Romans and all.
This is Frank Miller too, so
it is Frank Miller. Is that the first one or is that the sequel?
It's the first one, I think.
Okay. I would put the first 300. Where would you put it?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. I would put the first 300 at the bottom of B tier.
Okay.
Just because there are better ancient war films.
Right.
But it is still good.
A Bridge Too Far.
Okay, I have not seen that.
Yeah, me neither. The Alamo.
I haven't seen The Alamo.
Me neither. This is the original All Quiet on the Western Front.
I haven't seen the original, but I have seen the newest one.
I haven't seen either.
Okay.
Oh, American Sniper.
American Sniper.
I haven't seen this.
American Sniper, I feel like it's less of a war film and more of like a PTSD film.
Oh, like Jacob's Ladder or something like that?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Have you seen Jacob's Ladder?
I haven't seen Jacob's Ladder, but I know what you're talking about.
All right.
I would put American Sniper at like upper C tier.
Okay.
I feel like that's respectable.
Yeah. Apocalypse Now I have not seen. Francis Ford Coppola. I really want to watch it. I have not seen it.
I think you know where I want to put this movie.
All right.
That's the only clear answer.
Yeah. Atonement?
Atonement I have not seen.
Neither. Battle of Algiers.
I haven't seen that.
Neither.
See, like I like all these older ones. Like I haven't seen that one either.
I haven't. Yeah. Behind Enemy Lines.
I haven't seen that one either.
Me neither. The Big Red One.
I haven't seen that one, but I want to see that one.
Do you know what is it about? No.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's Vietnam. I'm not sure. It looks older than that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down. Have you seen this one?
No, I haven't.
This is about when they went to go get Osama bin Laden. Like,
okay.
Like it's about how the events that led up to Navy SEALs invading his home and killing him. And it is a very good. It's not necessarily a war film, but it's like a war on terror film.
Okay, gotcha.
This I would put solid A.
Really? Okay.
I do think it's better than 1917. Black Hawk Down was very good.
Born on the 4th of July. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that one either.
Me neither. Braveheart.
I haven't seen Braveheart.
Me neither.
I have not seen Braveheart, but apparently it is a very good ancient war film.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. The Bridge on the River Kwai. Oh, I've heard of that. I've heard it's really
I've
good.
heard of it too. I haven't seen it either.
Oh, look, we got Captain America here. That's funny.
Captain America the first.
Technically, it is a war movie.
What do you want to do with good old boy Cap?
As a war, we got to remove the Marvel from this. As a war movie. Like,
I don't think it's better than American Sniper.
No.
Though. I think it's like right next to
Right
American Sniper. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can do it.
Haven't seen that one.
Come and see. Alex in
Haven't
Vietnam or
seen
World War II. Courage. What?
I haven't seen
Fire.
that one either.
The Five Bloods.
Haven't seen that one either.
Das Boot.
Haven't seen that one either.
Oh, The Deer Hunter. Have you seen that? I haven't seen
I
that.
haven't seen Deer Hunter, but it is one I want to watch.
Yeah, me too. Downfall.
Haven't seen.
Doctor Strangelove I want to watch. It's Kubrick. Heard his classic.
I've seen it.
You have. Is it good?
We watched it. It was like my sophomore year, and it was like the last like 2 weeks of the year we watched it.
Oh, nice.
Doctor Strangelove is like a big what if movie because it's like what if the world went to nuclear war? Like what if it came to nuclear war basically?
Okay.
And this was at the height of like the Cold War too. So it's
Yeah.
like a big what if movie.
All right.
But it does a very good job at it. It's very realistic. That dude, Doctor Strangelove, he's a freaking psycho. He's like the one dude in the room that wants bloodshed, dude. He just wants like every other country to die. I would put Doctor Strangelove
above Black Hawk Down.
I don't think it's A tier though.
Really?
I would put it above 1917 on B.
Okay. You think it's a B movie? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But like high B. I just don't think like Black Hawk Down. At the time that movie came out, it was very like well received, and I loved it too. The thing with Black Hawk Down, it was so accurate to what the SEALs experienced when they were going to get Bin Laden, and the whole thing is that it's a struggle because they don't know where he is. They can't contact anybody that knows him as like an informant because they'll be killed. Like if they see the thing with the Taliban and all of that is like if they saw one of their guys with someone they didn't know, they would just kill him because they think they're informants. So it's like they can't get informants. They don't have any information on his whereabouts. He's been moved like outside of the U.S.'s jurisdiction. It's like a struggle, and he keeps getting away with it, and it's so annoying.
Gotcha.
And then when the SEALs finally go and invade the place, because here's the thing, they didn't even know where he was. They only had a place where they thought he was, and they did a raid on it anyway. Lucky guess, because he was there. But it was a struggle, and I feel like that movie at the time it came out, and for what it was, I feel like Black Hawk Down did a very good job at that.
All right. Dunkirk. Have you seen that?
I have. That's a Nolan movie.
Really? I didn't know that.
Dunkirk,
I haven't
Christopher
seen that.
Nolan war movie. That's a World War II. They're on the beaches of France. They're getting pushed back by the Germans. It's a whole process. I would put Dunkirk in between 1917 and 13 Hours.
All right.
That's
I haven't seen it, so I can't contest. But have you seen Edge of Tomorrow?
I have not.
Okay. It's a sci-fi action movie, but it's war as well. Basically,
I know it isn't Tom Cruise in it?
Yeah, there's Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt.
I
And
haven't seen it, but I have heard of it for sure.
It's kind of like it's one of those movies where time loops. So he is stuck in a loop for this one day, and he keeps having to go onto like this beach where everyone dies, basically, and he has to keep living it, and he has to like defeat this thing, whatever. So, let's see.
Where would you put Edge of Tomorrow?
Okay, so I'm gonna base. Okay, so I think that hypothetically, okay, well, it's better than. Ooh, is it better than Captain America? It's. I haven't seen the 300 or Doctor Strangelove, but I feel like if I if I have, I'm just gonna put this here real quick. Hold on. So, what's up, Killer Eggs? How's it going, man? If I have, I don't think it'd be better than those. So I feel like it may be right there.
Okay.
We're thinking as a war movie here, though.
As a war movie.
It's more of a sci-fi take. But it's very military based. So yeah, I'll go there because you got to think Red Skull, Captain America is like Nazis and stuff, So
Yeah.
Empire of the Sun. Have you seen that?
Haven't seen it. It is on my watch list though, because I think it's about like samurai and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in that.
Enemy at the Gates.
Haven't seen it, but know what it's about.
All right. Flags of Our Fathers.
Haven't seen it.
From Here to Eternity.
Have not seen it.
Full Metal Jacket. I think we both know.
I think you know where this movie goes.
I think you're gonna put it below.
I don't think it's better than Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
I do think it is
Okay.
S tier though, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. That's so good. Fury is what do you think about that?
That's exactly where I would have put
All
it.
right. Okay. Mel Gibson, Gallipoli.
I haven't seen it.
Gettysburg.
Okay, wait, hang on a second.
What?
Okay, the next
What?
8
What?
movies I haven't seen,
Okay, including Gettysburg.
including Gettysburg.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to watch Hacksaw Ridge. Oh,
I
Inglourious Bastards. I was so close to putting on Inglourious Bastards, but it's like a 3-hour movie, and it was like too late to watch it, and I was like, oh, I don't want to. So, but I haven't watched it yet. But
I've seen it.
okay, all right.
This movie is not what you think it is. Whatever you think it is, you're wrong.
Really?
Well, you're probably partially right, but whatever you think,
I mean, it's
however you
Tarantino.
think the ending is going to turn out, you're wrong.
Okay.
I'm not going to say any more. I think
Okay.
this movie is, in terms of a war movie, I think it's like, I'd say right there at A, like above Black Hawk Down, but lower than Fury.
Cool.
Just because I like the thing with Fury is that it did such a good job of getting us invested with like all the characters on that one tank.
Yeah.
And the fact it ended how it ended was very sad. The thing with Inglourious Bastards is that
Don't.
it's just, I'm going to describe it in one word: wild.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Okay. All right. Kelly's Heroes. Okay, well, which of these have you seen? I haven't seen. Oh, I've seen MASH. Have you seen MASH?
I have not seen that.
Okay, I've seen. Have you seen?
I've seen. Okay, Lone Survivor. You see that one to the left of MASH?
Yeah, you've seen that. Okay.
I've seen that one. So like the
put
next
these
one.
down
Yeah.
here. Lawrence of Arabia. I'm surprised I haven't seen Lawrence of Arabia. I've heard it's really good. Okay, Lone Survivor.
So Lone Survivor is about it's this field team. This is another thing about Iraq and like the war in Iraq and Iran and all that, like against the war on terror. It's about a group of SEALs who basically they're sent out to like scout and stuff. Like they're trying to go get information from people. They're going and conducting raids on places they have warrants for, and they end up getting completely lost in the middle of Taliban territory. And it's this whole thing about literally survival. and it comes down. It's like it's based off a true story, so it's like the guy who experienced this, he was there, like making sure everything was like accurate. I would put this movie, dude. This movie, I would put it in between 1917 and Dunkirk.
Okay, nice.
And I say that because the absolute madman you have to be as a stunt dude on this movie. Like, if you see this movie and then you start looking at the stunts, you'll know what I'm talking about. But
okay,
they literally got beat to shit filming this movie.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah, it is terrible.
All right.
Overall, it was great. Where would you put MASH?
MASH is Vietnam, but it's the medics. It's the story of the medics that work there, and it's like, so before it was a TV show. You know that, right? It was a TV show.
I know about the TV show.
Okay, it's a comedy. So it's a comedy. No, it's just a straight up like comedy. There's not much. There's not like any action really, but they're like a couple miles from like the front line, you know. Okay. So like they have this base there, and it's like the medics. They got like soldiers and wounded. They're fixing people up, but it's like all comedy and it's like all like jokes and stuff. I can't judge. Okay, so it's definitely better than Captain America. not as good as Fury. Those are the only two movies that I've seen in here. I have seen 1917 actually.
I haven't seen it, but tell me if you agree with this. I would put it in between Dunkirk and 13 Hours. If you're okay with that, if you think that's where it goes. Either that or between...
Christopher Nolan. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right.
The whole thing with Dunkirk is that Dunkirk is like a very slow movie.
Okay.
Like not a lot happens. It's mostly like them sitting around and like waiting for stuff to happen because they're under attack and they have no weapons and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's like they can't really do anything. And then there's the side plot with you can see Tom Hardy's in the movie. He's in the movie because he's an Air Force pilot, or he's not Air Force pilot. Mm-hmm. He's a pilot for the English Army. And he's basically sent to go and do like surveillance over the bays of Dunkirk to like see if it's safe to extract men, basically. Right.
Okay.
What's next? What's that?
Master something Commander or something.
I haven't seen it.
Me neither. Midway.
Okay, I haven't seen that Midway, but there's a new one. They made a remake, like a new Midway movie that I've seen. So I haven't seen that one, but I've seen the new one.
The Monuments Men looks like Matt Damon.
Oh wait. You should probably look it up because I might have watched it. Okay, maybe
directed by George Clooney.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I think I was thinking of a different movie.
I have not seen Milan.
I've seen it, but I can't remember it.
Okay, so
not a war movie.
I mean, it's a war movie, but like
haven't seen.
You haven't seen? Okay.
Well, I mean, I've seen it, but like I can't remember.
All right. Overlord.
I've seen Overlord. I would put it above Captain America, but below American Sniper. Okay. Do you want to know what Overlord's about?
Yeah.
It's basically Call of Duty Zombies.
Really?
It's World War II. This task force, this small like force of the army is tasked with raiding a Nazi like scientist camp / base. It's like a massive underground bunker where they just conduct experiments. They created zombies, and it's like this whole infection thing. So it's basically Call of Duty. I watched it from what I can remember. It's cool, right? It's a cool idea, and it actually does a very good job about like zombie stuff, right? It's like it may not have the highest reviews, but like for what it is, I thought it was kind of cool.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I actually kind of want to watch that. Okay, Paths of Glory. That's on your watch list, right?
It's on my watch list, but this
Okay.
is all you because I haven't seen it.
Paths of Glory. So it's
But I know it's a
early-
Kubrick film,
It's
and I know it's a
Kubrick.
really good Kubrick film.
It's a really good Kubrick film. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
That looks. You could, if you wanted to, you could put it above Inglourious Bastards, because I have a slight feeling that it's going to be better than Inglourious Bastards.
Maybe.
But it depends when you see Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah,
But-
I don't think it's better than. It might be better than Fear. I don't know. Oh man, yeah, it's really good though. It's really good. The Patriot.
I haven't seen that one.
Me neither. Patton. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen no.
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor with Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
I've seen it. I barely remember it. From what I can remember from it, there was like a lot of romance stuff,
Okay.
and there was like less war. But when it showed the events of Pearl Harbor, it was like it was good,
It's
right?
pretty- okay. Nice.
I would put it like at the bottom of B tier.
Okay.
Like right there, because the whole thing, the reason why I'm putting a lot of movies above American Sniper is because American Sniper, it's cool. Yeah, I know Sniper's too low. It's cool, but the whole thing with American Sniper is I feel like it's more PTSD stuff than it is like war stuff. Like it deals more with his experiences in the field, like because he's a sniper, right? So obviously he's not going to be getting a lot of the action. He's always up sniping people. That's his job. He's like one of the best snipers in the U.S. Army, right? So there's not a whole lot of war stuff going on, but when it does, it's usually good. But a lot of it too is also the fact that he's dealing with a lot of PTSD as well.
Gotcha.
So you could move it up to the bottom of B tier. But I just don't think it's there for me. I don't know. I've only seen it a few times, and the couple times I've seen it, I'm not crazy about it.
All right. I think I am going to move Edge of Tomorrow at least up one. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Platoon.
I just saw this movie, so this is perfect.
Okay, I haven't seen it in a bit, so you're gonna have to refresh me. But
so it's, this movie was crazy, dude. I would put this above Black Hawk Down, but
Okay.
not above Paths of Glory.
Okay.
The whole thing with this movie is that
Fury's
be
at
too
the
low.
top. Fury's at the top of that, man.
I know.
I don't think
I
Fury's
love love Fury, but I wouldn't put it up there with Apocalypse Now and Full Metal
Me neither.
Jacket. I just
No.
can't do it. The thing with Platoon is that Platoon is like, it's a war movie, but for the vast majority of the time, they're not really fighting the Vietnamese. They're kind of out of war with themselves, because it's a whole thing of like betrayal and like morals and stuff like that, and people not wanting to kill and others wanting to kill, and people like hiding secrets from each other, and basically the whole platoon basically splits into two like factions.
Okay.
And it's like, it's people who want to do the right thing versus people who are following orders, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, which one do you choose in the midst of, like, in this case, the Vietnam War?
Right.
And it does a very good job at it. I think it does a very good job at it. So yeah, I would put it right there. I did like it better than Black Hawk Down.
I'm
is
trying
up
to
there with one of my
find it
favorite.
on my list. MASH, I rated a 4 out of 5. Platoon, I think that was actually one of the first. I think that might have been 2021. Actually, hold on. Okay, maybe it's not. Wait, where is it? Okay, well, whatever. Okay, yeah. So Platoon, Deer Hunter after Full Metal Jacket.
I haven't seen Deer Hunter
Yeah,
yet. So
we
I can't
haven't
say.
watched it. Ran.
Ran, I
Which
haven't
of
seen.
these have you seen? I've seen Saving Private Ryan.
But yeah, let's just skip to Saving Private Ryan because I haven't seen any of those. Saving Private Ryan.
This may be S tier.
I think you're right.
What do you think about that right there?
I think you're right.
All right.
It's in my. You know what's funny? I think my top 5 like favorite, because I have a list on my letterbox of my top favorite war movies.
Yeah.
This is crazy how it's in this order. It's Apocalypse Now, Full Metal Jacket, Saving Private Ryan, the new All Quiet on the Western Front, and then Fury.
Wow,
That's like my
nice.
top 5. So that's like,
Cool.
dude, because when I saw All Quiet on the Western Front, I was so fascinated in the fact that it was a different perspective on the war. So instead of it being like the French or English or
Yeah.
American view, it was the German
That's
view.
the thing. I wonder if they have there is there's a German movie called West Front 1918.
West Front 19.
It's on HBO. It's from 1930 and it's from the German perspective, but it's anti-war.
Yeah. That it was a lot like it was lot
really
like
good.
yeah.
It's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, bro. So you gotta watch that, man. Okay, Schindler's List. I haven't seen Schindler's List actually. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen Schindler's List either.
Oh, that's tough. I know it's really good. It's like
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. Have you seen this? Sergeant York?
Nope.
Me neither.
But
Wonder
Wonder Woman's on here.
I'm thinking like
Here's the thing, because I feel like this comes down. I think it's better than Captain America, the first one, as a war
movie?
film. As a war film,
how?
because there's more war in Wonder Woman than there is Captain America.
I guess I don't remember as much.
Captain America, because I rewatched parts of the first Captain America movie recently. The first Captain America movie is more focused on Steve's story and less of the war, while
yeah, but he's still enlisted. There's still the draft going on in like World War II, and
it's like with Wonder Woman though, it's like she's trying to help them win the war. Like it's not really about her; it's about the war.
How about that?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Stalag 17, Starship Troopers, Cheers of the Sun,
Haven't seen it.
The Devil's Brigade, The Dirty
Haven't seen
Dozen,
it.
The Great Escape,
Haven't seen it.
The Hurt Locker.
I've seen The Hurt Locker.
I have not.
Hang on. I gotta refresh my memory on The Hurt Locker. But I have seen it.
I haven't seen.
Oh,
I haven't
yes.
seen any of these movies on down here. So.
Okay, I've still seen a few of those, so I'll tell you which ones. But let's go to The Hurt Locker real quick. So The Hurt Locker, it's another war on terror, right?
Okay.
But this movie is about a bomb squad dude. And it starts off with like who we think is going to be the main character, and then he's a bomb squad dude. So like something goes wrong and kaboom. And then our main character, who's played by Jeremy Renner, actually comes in and he's the new bomb squad dude. He's a very cocky guy. he thinks he's like the best at what he does, which he kind of is throughout the course of the film, but he doesn't really listen to anybody.
Okay.
I would put The Hurt Locker, Black Hawk Down in the way. Hang on. Black Hawk Down.
Tyler Durden says Hurt Locker A.
Yeah, I would put Hurt Locker in A. I just don't know where to put it in A. I want to say it's better than Black Hawk Down, but not better than Platoon. Like right there.
Okay.
I'm confident with that.
What about Raiders of the Lost Ark? Does that count?
Is that down there?
No. But he's just saying, like...
The Raiders of the Lost Ark? I mean, it is a war movie.
Technically.
Because he's fighting
Nazis.
All right, what else do we got down there?
The Killing Fields, The Longest Day.
Okay, I don't know any of those.
I think The Train, They Were Expendable, The Thin Red Line.
Haven't seen The Thin Red Line, but it's on
I
my
really
watch
want
list.
to, yeah. Three Kings, Tora, Troy, Youth 571, Valkyrie.
Okay, I've seen Valkyrie, Warhorse, and Zero Dark 30. Yeah, okay, so these are the only other ones I've seen. Valkyrie is it's not your traditional war movie. This is about spies. This is about American spies trying to assassinate Hitler.
Okay.
This is about one of many attempts on Hitler's life, but this one has been the most successful, although obviously it didn't kill him.
Yeah.
But it's considered the most successful attempt on Hitler's life, and the main dude's name is von Stauffenberg, which I still remember. I don't know why.
Okay.
There's not like a whole lot of traditional war stuff, but like internal war, like spying and stuff like that. Like this is a good movie that's about that. I would put Valkyrie above 13 hours, but not above it. I don't know. I kind of would say it's above MASH, but I haven't seen MASH, so I don't know.
I want to watch it. I think it's on HBO, I think, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll put it there. Sure.
That's where I would be comfortable with it at.
Yeah.
Warhorse. It's a war movie, and it's about a horse.
Yeah.
It wasn't the most interesting concept to me.
Okay.
It reminded me of a Disney film when I watched it the first time. Although it was a pretty violent Disney film. It's not a Disney film, but it's a pretty violent Disney film. That's what I thought of it the first time I watched it. But it does have a good story.
Good.
I would put it in between Wonder Woman and your movie. Just because, just because it's more of like a traditional war film. But it's like it's not the best in terms of that concept.
And the last one, Zero Dark 30.
Zero Dark 30. I get things confused. Hang on. At some point, the more war films you watch, like they kind of mesh together, especially modern war films, like the War and Terror, like Iraq and Iran, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. All that stuff kind of starts to mesh together.
I'm surprised. First of all, there's no Jarhead on this list. Have you seen
Zero Dark 30? You know what? I'm an idiot. Black Hawk Down was not about the attempt on Bin Laden. It was Zero Dark 30. So I would put Zero Dark 30 where Black Hawk Down is, and I would put Black Hawk Down under Zero Dark 30.
Okay.
Like that.
Have you seen Jarhead?
I still haven't seen Jarhead.
Okay. That's Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And I'd say if hypothetically, if Jarhead was on here,
Where would you put Jarhead if it's on there?
I'd put it
Or
above
on
Fury.
there?
I'd put it above Fury
You would put it above Fury.
at the top of 8. I don't think it's S tier, but I think it's better than Fury.
Okay, sure. I haven't seen it, so I can't.
I mean, I'm just saying, like that's like my recommendation to you. That's how good
Yeah.
Jarhead is to me, at least. So
Okay. Tyler Durden's saying no way. It's not above Fury. There's a lot missing. Yeah, but I
that's what happens when watch the Friday
that's
Night Shit.
all of like the big war movies that I watched that I know. I mean, along with Harper's. So
Yeah.
this is our.
I've only
I
seen
think-
Full Metal Jacket, Saving Private Ryan, Fury, Paths of Glory, Platoon, MASH, Cap. What is this? Whatever that. Edge of Tomorrow, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, of course. But I mean, they got like the best ones on there. So
Yeah.
I think Saving Private Ryan so far is the most realistic war movie
That is
I've
true.
seen.
That is true. Even
Um,
Apocalypse Now, like the thing with Apocalypse Now is that it's like it's like a mind, it's a thing that messes with your head, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Because it's like it's not really like it doesn't mess with your head all that much. It is like a very good traditional war film for like the first like 3/4 of the movie, but towards the end is when it gets like
Okay, gotcha.
like
Yeah.
a little crazy. But it's good. Full Metal Jacket, without a doubt, I would say definitely deserves its place up there.
Yeah.
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 Along
Sure.
with Saving Private Ryan, because that was also a goated movie. Yeah. That's
Fury, like the CGI is starting to wind down a little bit over the years. I've noticed when I watched it, like the CGI with the missiles and the explosions, like it's something that's not going to age well for sure.
yeah.
It removes you from the movie, and I mean these classic movies they didn't use CGI. Fury tanks. I mean, how much money would you have to spend to make an explosion or shoot a missile?
Yeah. They also had to like buy a bunch of authentic tanks too.
Yeah.
On top of that, so
Yeah, well, that's
I
true.
get that.
Okay, cool. Well,
We did a tier list instead of cover battles.
yeah. Well, yeah, because there was no one watching earlier, so we couldn't. There was like no one to vote for the poll. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right. Well, you want to do like the outros now?
Sure.
All right. So what do you got?
Follow the Instagram. I'm gonna actually go and post some books on the
Something went wrong.
Instagram.
Try again in a few seconds.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, after the stream, post stream, I will be putting up more pics on my Insta.
Links. All the links are in the description. So
Yeah, go follow the Insta page. I'm gonna make a huge announcement that I am back from my moving hiatus.
nice.
And yeah, I'll start posting some stuff tonight and hopefully get the page up and running again. But as of right now, I think I have like pushing 390 followers now. So getting there, getting to 400.
Also, his YouTube channel is linked in the description as well. I just made a new channel, Hidden Gem Productions, for all new short films, skits. If we ever eventually do movie reviews, then those will be on there.
Mhm.
And I just made a new short film skit.
I saw
kinda.
the clone one.
It's a
Clone
clone
was
skit.
funny.
And that's doing
You
pretty
need
well.
you need to
so-
make a feature length clone film
Yeah.
about it's you and your clones.
I don't think I have that much like content to make like an hour and a half of like me like joking about with my clones.
It could just like it could be just like you sitting in your room with all your clones, dude, and just talking. I feel like that would be interesting. Like, what would you do if you were me? Like stuff
Yeah,
like
I guess. True. Okay. So yeah, that video is on there. Go check that out if you haven't watched it. And of course, join the Discord. Got a few more people on there. So yeah.
Oh, I also I got 100% completion on the Spider-Man PS4 game and the Miles Morales Spider-Man PS4 game.
Nice.
I'm very proud of myself.
Have you heard of Alien Isolation?
Yes.
You know, have you played
that's the Alien game. I haven't played it. I want to because it looks cool. It looks scary. Looks scary.
Do you want to play that with me? If we get it?
If we get it, yeah. I would.
There's have you seen that clip of that guy playing Alien Isolation and he farted into the mic and the alien turned around and started chasing him because it hurt him?
I've seen something like that, but I don't think it was
It's a setting where if you have your mic on, or you can choose to do that, or if you're with teammates, you got to be
crazy,
careful.
Dude. That's crazy. That's scary.
Yeah, and I was talking to my coworker because he really recommended it because I told him Alien is one of my favorite movies of all time, and he was like, "It's basically just like the first movie. If you love the movie, then you're gonna love the game." So I was like, "Okay."
You know what game I need to get? God of War, dude. God of War and God of War Ragnarok. I've heard those two games are incredibly good. I need to play them.
I got my friend Artemis on the server in the Discord. You can talk to him all about that because he loves that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. On the Discord server, staff applications are open. So if you want to apply for staff, then you can. That's it for me. So yeah.
That's it for me as well.
Okay,
Looks like you're still super hot for the next stream.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
going 2 weeks strong. 2 weeks,
strong.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everyone.
All right, everybody.
See you later. Good night.
Bye-bye.